Hello and welcome to another episode of Velocity Kinetics. We're in the final part of building F1 team, part 11, the name of your team. Now, as I mentioned, you can't just go Team Bob, because that's just a bit stupid. Bob. Wish I could say that like Rowan Atkinson. Bob. Anyway, got to be the full name. If you've decided to get a title sponsor involved, if you say wanted to get GIFGAF involved, just picking a mobile phone provider off the top of my head. If you wanted to say be GIFGAF XYZ Mercedes, that's fine. So full title. Now, I haven't gone in any of this to mention who I would want for sponsors, mostly because a lot will depend on who I can get. I like the idea of having a title sponsor, but a lot of this, a lot of sponsoring these days it's not title as such, if that makes sense. So McLaren haven't had a title sponsor for years. Red Bull, well, technically is the title sponsor, I guess, but Red Bull sort of backed by itself, as is Toro Rosso to a point. Now, but mind you, they've got the works backing now of Honda. You've got Sauber, who through various guises, for the most part, just remained Sauber. Sauber Petronas, I think, is what is probably the most recent one that they ever changed unusually to, but that was just because they rebranded the Ferrari engine as a Petronas engine. And then you got all the old teams like Tyrrell Ford, Matra this, Matra that, Lotus, BRM, so on and so forth. So what would I call it? Well, first off, I'm going to go with the hypothetical, as in if I could have gotten Volvo involved. Now, if Volvo got Cyan and Polestar, who run the touring cars for them, to run this project for them, then I would go with White, my surname, White Cyan Polestar Racing. Whilst I haven't covered haven't got the name of the engine in there, White Cyan Polestar Racing is quite a mouthful as it is. Now, if Volvo insisted on my name not being on there, I can live with that. It would just be Volvo Cyan Polestar Racing, or Cyan Volvo, something like that. Actually, I just think the Volvo would look fantastic blazing it with black engine cover with white. This is annoying. I've just recorded the livery video, and I've just got ideas for the Volvo livery. Anyway, so yeah, I'd be White Cyan Polestar Racing. If I had to say who the engine was as well, it'd be White Cyan Polestar Volvo. I think I would try and change it to take the racing off, because racing's implied, and just White Cyan Volvo. As for Honda, I wouldn't go with White Honda, because that just sounds like I'm ordering, I want a white Honda, please. A lot will depend on whether Honda wanted to have a through-and-through works team. However, what I would probably do is similar to what with the Polestar scenario and putting my name on it. I would do something very similar. If Honda wanted to be the through-and-through works team, I would say that fine, okay, but can it be CW Honda? So in my initials, the letter C and then the letter W, Honda. Or CWR Honda. Actually, CWR Honda's got quite a nice ring to it. So I would try and make it so Honda could come through me as CWR Honda, or I'd just be CWR Chris White Racing Honda, because then I can go to CWR Ford, CWR Volvo if needs be, if they didn't want Cyan or Polestar involved. It could be CWR Volvo, I could be CWR Ferrari, CWR Mercedes. So CWR Honda is the name. Now, I did mention in the last video something that Russ mentioned on one of the Facebook posts. It was around the topic of budgets. Now, or a budget cap. Now, for a budget cap, it's a good idea, but it's hard to know where to set it. Williams and small teams said, yeah, we could do a car for 40 million. But then you got ways and means of saying, well, yeah, we might spend 200 million, but that's for the next 3 years. We've done the next 3 years worth of development. So I would, if I've got works backing, I wouldn't go overboard. I would probably try outside of salaries. I would try and get it all in for 150 million if I could. This is where I mentioned in the drivers video, if they could bring a sponsorship package to aid the budget, then that would be helpful, because then 150 million plus whatever they bring in, even if it's only 10 million pounds, I haven't had to find. Anyway, so that's the end of Build an F1 Team. I hope you've enjoyed it. It'd be nice to see more interaction on it. So get involved. So get involved. Who would you use? What would you do? How would you do it? Just get involved, and as mentioned in all the end of the previous videos, drive safe. Remember our hashtag, our project. Everyone wants to get home. Like the Facebook page, which is just called Velocity Kinetics, and we'll certainly see what we can do. The next video after this is just going to be a compilation. Would it be a compilation? I don't know, but it'll be basically all the other videos, all the 11 parts stuck together, minus this little bit. So look after yourselves, and we'll see you later. Velocity Kinetics has been made in association with Road Race Parts. Top quality, best prices, no compromise. Head to roadraceparts.com to get parts for your racing vehicles now.